Oh, he started recording already. So this is the APs and GPs question 7 on summer 2011. Right, so part A says we have a geometric progression. The first term is 7 and the common ratio is -2. This is really nice of them to give us this information. It's probably more than we would normally expect to get. Find the 9th term. Well, that's great. That just means the 9th term is what happens. Well, we've got AR to the n minus 1, so that would be A times R to the power of 8. So it's 7 times -2 to the 8. And 7 times -2 to the 8. We've got to be really careful with the brackets, haven't we, just to make sure we don't do any silly mistakes in there. I have just got 1792 out of that. Anybody agree? Yeah. Elliot is panning round like a crazy cameraman. Great. Wow, 2 marks for just doing that. Now we have part 2. Find the sum of the first 15 terms. But actually think about this. We're going to have some quite big numbers going on in here, aren't we? Because we're going to do it with 2 to the 15 in there. We've got A times 1 minus R to the n over 1 minus R. Again, reading that straight out of the formula booklet. And so if we sub in some numbers to this, this is 7 times 1 minus -2 to the 15 over 1 minus -2. And you can see it really matters that we're going to be very, very careful about the way we type that into the calculator, because those brackets really matter in there. So let's do it carefully. So we've got the great advantage is now that most of you have a calculator that will allow you to put in a fraction and use all the brackets and put the powers in the right places. And so this is a lot easier than this kind of question used to be. I hope somebody else is checking this as we go along. I've just got
76461.
76461. There we go. Great. All right. And that's it. That's a pretty nice 4 marks for doing that. Now, this looks like this is going to be a bit more complicated. We've got an arithmetic progression. The same kind of basic information going on. First term is 7. Common difference is -2. And the sum of the first n terms is -2,900. Find the value of n. So what we've got here, we've got in part 2 an AP. Again, the first term is 7. Common difference is -2. And we've got the sum of the first n terms is -2,900. Okay, so we've got to decide which form of the sum formula we're going to use. We don't know anything about the first and last terms, do we? So we've got to go with the other one, the one that has A and D and N in it. It says n over 2, 2A plus n minus 1 times D, and that's going to be equal to -2,900. Can you see where we're heading towards with this? What kind of equation are we heading towards? Have we spotted it yet? What? We're heading towards a quadratic, we are. We've got n over 2. Let's tidy up what we've got inside here, I think. Well, what have we got? We've got 2 times 7, and then minus 2, so we've got 16 out of that bit, minus 2n. And if we carefully multiply out the bracket, n over 2 times the 16, that's 8n. N over 2 times minus 2n, that's minus n squared, minus 2900. Let's get everything over onto one side. We've got n squared minus 8n minus 2,900 is 0. We're faced with a few choices. Can we think of two things that multiply to give 2,900 and add to give minus 8? Go on, Darren. I've got what? 2 times 7 is 16. I've got... It is right.
You just wrote it down.
Good. Are you with us still, Elliot? We need to factorise this then. How are we going to do this? I don't think. We might come up with two things that multiply to give 2,900 and add to give minus 8, but there's a good chance we're not going to. So I think we're probably going to go straight to the formula. Let's go straight to the formula anyway. Minus b plus or minus we've got that. Shh. Now that thing inside the square root there, we've got the square root of 64 plus 4 times 2,900. It actually comes out as being 108, which kind of implies that we probably could have factorised it, but we've probably saved ourselves a little bit of time by doing it this way. What we've got out of that then, that would be, well, of course, that's minus 50 is one of the answers.
Oh, yeah.
Or 58.
So do you just get rid of the minus 50?
Well, yeah, we're talking about the number of terms, aren't we? And the number of terms can't possibly be negative, because you're counting up the number of terms. So therefore, n has to be 58. And there we go. That was quite a tough 5 marks. A nasty little quadratic in the middle of it. We made it. We're done, Elliot. You can stop recording.